Alright, hello everybody, Bob here. Well, let me turn the camera up a little bit, looks like it's chopping off my head. That looks better from here anyway. Figured I'd do a quick video, a little bit about bees. I'm going to open up this hive, take a look, do an inspection. You can see I've got two hives here. This one's got bees in it, this one does not. I'm going to populate this one in a couple of days. I've got a package of bees coming for it. But today's a good day to open this guy up and do a quick inspection. So a couple things you need to know if you're keeping bees. You periodically got to open them up, do inspections, make sure everything's good in there, nothing going wrong. Some rules of the road for that. Before that's their house. When I get in there, I'm disrupting their house. So it disrupts the colony. Kind of throws them into disarray, takes them a day or two to settle back down. So you only want to do that when you have reason to. And some rules to go by. First off, is it warmer than 55 degrees? Yeah, it's about 68, 70. Below that temperature, they're going to get too cold because they have to keep their hive up to temperature. That's bad for them. Second rule of the road, is it raining? No. It's partly sunny. You don't want to open up in the rain. They will just get very, very angry and it's just bad. Third major rule of the road, make sure you have a plan. As I said, you don't want to break into those guys unless you know what you're doing. So my plan for today, it's early in the season. I'm going to open them up. I want to take a look and make sure that the queen is laying eggs. Make sure that there's no like ants or anything like that overtaking the colony, and just generally that they look healthy. Alright, so that's sort of my plan. Number one, look for eggs. If I see that, I'm happy. And I'll close it back up. Just along the road. As I'm in there, I'll just look for other things and make sure that everything looks good. Any issues I find, I'll deal with. Alright, so let me get a little bit of equipment going, and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I'm going to move this a little bit closer. Let's see, we can kind of see the bees down here. I don't know if it's working out on the camera. Got my smoker going. This is a tool of the trade. Smoke calms the bees down. So that's good. Helps them stay nice and calm, less aggressive. Alright, now see if I can get this in the right spot. I'll go ahead and open up this hive. Now, this is a custom hive that I built myself, so it's a little different than what you would typically find in a standard hive somebody's using. See, I got a little bit of ants up here on top, which I'm not too concerned about when they're on top. This is a bottle of sugar water. Early in the season, give it to these guys to help them as things are just starting to bloom. There's not a lot for them to eat. So give them a little sugar water to supplement their diet. When the ants are up here trying to get to that, I'm not concerned. When they're down in the hive, that's a worse situation. Alright, so I'm going to just take this guy off. A bunch of bees are probably going to fly up. A couple puffs of smoke in there. Helps them stay calm. I'll cover them back up. I pop this guy open. Here we go. Let's see what happens. I can feel the lid's starting to come up. The bees have created a bunch of wax and propolis that seals it shut. So I'm breaking that seal. That's also a thing that, I'm disrupting their house because they have it all sealed up the way they like. And I'm breaking that seal right now. Now that I got it up a little bit, try and puff a little bit of smoke in there. Help keep them calm. Let's see, seems like it's sticking. Just trying to pull the frame up. So there we go. A bunch of burr comb. Alright. go. Look at these guys. So that stuff on the top is burr comb. It's basically comb in a place that you don't normally want comb to be at. That's okay. I'm going to take some of it off. That's why I have a bucket here. Let's see if I can peel a little bit of it off, but I don't want to take a bunch of bees. Come on guys, get off of there. You might be able to see it's dripping a little bit. This comb has some honey in it. Those guys off of there. They're going to want to stay in there. We'll have to get them out. Alright. I'm actually thinking I may not pull all these frames today. Taking a look at them. We got fresh larvae, so the queen is laying for sure. That's pretty much a good enough sign for me. Generally, if you read like books on beekeeping and stuff, they'll say, oh, pull your frames up and look for eggs. I try to be less invasive as I can with my bees. So I'm not going to do that, at least not on any of those frames. I'm seeing, get back in there guys, I'm just going to close them back up. I'm seeing fresh larvae, so I know that that means the queen is laying eggs, because the larva wouldn't be there if she wasn't. Let's just pop the back side. Alright. Here we can take a look at some frames from back here. Get this one out of the way. And you can see the bees don't really mind too much that I'm in here. You know, you're slow, you're gentle, and it doesn't really bother them. I didn't even look at this. It looks like it's been cutting my head off the whole time. You pull a frame out. You can see what we've got going on in here. Again, they're all sort of waxed together. That's kind of what you want to avoid. What I just did right there, things swinging and, you know, radical motion, that's what's going to get the bees aggravated. If you're just slow and gentle, they don't mind at all. In fact, I could be out here, I could be doing this with none of my gear on, and these guys probably wouldn't even bother me. So let's see, pull this frame over. You can see on that side there's not a whole lot. That's actually all honey that's right there. It's not very deep, which is odd. I've never seen them frame like that. But if I flip it around to this side, you can see this is all honey. So it's all resources for the hive. You can see the honeycomb built down here. They fill all those cells and close them up. So this is all food resources for the hive. As a beekeeper, if there's an extra, that's what you can take, and then, you know, have some honey for yourself. The trick is to make sure that you leave the right amount of resources for the bees. It looks like on this end, put one more frame. Another frame of honey right next to this one. Yep. These guys have an awful lot of honey. That's excellent. What I'd really like to do, I'm going to see if I can move this last frame over without pulling the top back off. I'd like to give them some extra space. But I'd like to get it in there with the brood. That one's all honey. Alright, looks like that's where we want to put it right there. Here, this would be a good one to show you. Just because it's covered in bees. Oh man, that's heavy. So, here we go. Here's a frame full of honey as well, with a bunch of bees doing their thing. flip it around, it's got honey all on that side also. These guys are being very productive, which is fantastic news. I think what I'm going to do, hang on, I still wanted to give them a little more space in the brood chamber. What I'm going to do, slide all these back into place so I don't disrupt the colony very much. And I'm going to throw a couple of empty frames in here for them to work with. You grab those. These are just empty frames. Put these guys in. Give the colony a little more space. This one will pop in the way I want it to. Come on. There we go. There we go. It gives them 3 more frames to deal with. And they'll build them out. Build all their honeycomb on it, and then they'll populate them with honey and pollen and stuff. Maybe the next time I open this guy up, I'll pull some frames out of the brood chamber and we can see what those look like. That's where they'll be laying eggs and have pollen and all kinds of interesting things going on. But I'm going to try not to disrupt them too much today. Close that all back up. And there we have it. Quick inspection on the beehive. All these ants still on the side, but they're not down in the hive. They're just up there trying to get to that bottle of sugar water, so I'm just going to let them be. There we go, quick bee inspection. Next time when I get a little more stuff going on, I'll try to shoot another video. A couple of days I'll be populating that other hive, so maybe I'll do a video of that. You can see what's going on.